All right, Shalom. I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Double honor to the Apostle Nelson Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to you. I can pushing this truth throughout the four winds. Just real quick, man. Just wanted to go into. You can see I have a title: Strongest mental man fell. The strongest physical man fell, and we know the cause behind this fall. Okay, so this lesson, real briefly, is going into women. Women will fuck your shit up, bruh. If you let them. You gotta keep in mind, bro, they are crafty and they are conniving as hell. But we've been warned of these things. Okay? This is 1 Kings. Going into King Solomon. And Gideon, the Lord appeared to Solomon in a dream and said, ask what I shall give thee. Give therefore, and I just jumped to verse 9. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? Okay? Who is great enough to judge your people? So we ask for wisdom and knowledge to be able to lead the nation of Israel properly. Verse 11, it says, and the Most High said unto him, because thou hast asked this thing, and hast not asked for thyself long life, neither hast asked riches for thyself, nor asked the life of thine enemies, but hast asked for thyself understanding to discern judgment. Behold, I have done according to thy words. Lo, I have given thee a wise and understanding heart, or mind, so that there was none like thee before thee, neither after thee shall any arise like unto thee. Smartest person ever walked the planet, bro. Okay, and we understand Yahushua and Solomon. Okay, so you got to understand this. But look at that. Now, mentally, King Solomon was sharp, smart, understanding, wisdom, like no other. Like no other. But let's jump down and see his demise, where he fell. This is 1 Kings 11. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, but King Solomon loved many strange women. There we go. Together the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love. Once you get that love, now you have feelings and emotions. And that's a bad thing to have with women if they're wicked. Okay? It's not too sharp of a thing to have love. It says love your wives, but hey, you got to be circumspect in this world we live in. Okay? You got to walk real sharply when it comes to these women. That's why the best thing to do is, if you have one, just deal with that one and just keep it pushing. All right? It says, and he had 700 wives, princes, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart. For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods. And his heart was not perfect with the Lord his power, as was the heart of David his father. And now, strange gods, that could be anything, bro. Today, a woman can turn your mind into something, and it doesn't have to necessarily be. I'm gonna give you an example. A man will go out and get 5 jobs to get a badass car to impress a woman. So that car becomes a god now. Keep it clean. The women like that. You know what I'm saying? Everything is done to basically please that woman. That was his whole purpose in doing what he did. Money, power, respect. Okay? It says, for it came to pass when Solomon was old, his wife turned away his heart after the other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his power, as was the heart of David his father. For Solomon went after Ashtaroth, the goddess of the Zidonians, after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites, and Solomon did evil in the sight of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and went not fully after Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, after David his father. Then Solomon built a high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, and the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods. And the Lord was angry with Solomon, because his heart was turned from the Lord power of Israel. But it just told you that his heart was all about judging and running the people right. Now, all those things with these women became distractions. Okay? Now his eyes wasn't on the prize to where he could actually do what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua wanted him to do. Okay? I was so pleased. He was so concerned with pleasing these women. Okay? That he should not go after the other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded. Wow. 11, it says, wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. It was taken away. It was taken away. Here's another example. These two are the greatest examples of men. So now we got the mental man that fell. Now let's go to the physical. And this is about Samson. This is Judges 15 and 16. It says, and Samson said with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men. So now we're dealing with the strongest man to ever walk the planet. To slew after you hit 300 or 400, I'm pretty sure his arms was wore out. You got 700 more to go. So that shows you power and stamina. Not just hitting the man, you're killing him. You're killing him with the jawbone of an ass. So you're killing them, just smacking them and they're falling dead. That's power. But let's look, when it comes to these women, what happened? I'm going to start at Judges 16 and 1. Then went Solomon to Gaza, and saw there an harlot, and went into her. And it was told of the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither. Saying, Samson is come hither, and they compassed him in, and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city, and were quiet all the night, saying, in the morning, when it is day, we shall kill him. So they're plotting. Now check out 4. And it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman. There go that woman again. And in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. And the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him. See, even these men knew that pussy in the conversation of a conniving woman can turn the minds of men. okay, can turn the minds of men. So they son her because they seen what he did with the jawbone of an ass. And they're saying he has to have a weakness. He knows it. Find out what it is. Okay? It says, and see wherein his great strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him. They used a woman, bro. That we might bind him to afflict him, and we will give thee every one of us 1,100 pieces of silver. So now she's finna wax rich by just deceiving him. And these are things that we have to understand. You got the wisest and the strongest. So that tells you right here, you really have to be circumspect and diligent when dealing with women, bro. They will knock you off your shit if you let them. All right? And Delilah said unto Samson, I just jumped up a lot of verses because she was trying to entice him a lot of different ways. Okay? And the thing that's crazy is like he would tell her something and she would actually try it. So he should have known then. She really gonna try to fucking knock me off and see what my power is. But finally, 13, it says, and Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Now she throwing that guilt trip shit. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if thou weavest the 7 locks, which are braids, on my head with web. And she fastened it with the pin, and said unto him, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awaked out of his sleep and went away with the pin of the beam and with the web. And she said unto him, how canst thou say, I love thee, when thou thine heart is not with me? Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherewith thy great strength lieth. And it came to pass, when she was pressed, she pressed him daily with words, and urged him so that his soul was vexed unto death. So you can imagine her being very conniving, rubbing on him, touching on him, making him feel real good. You know what I'm saying? Probably smelling good. And it said he loved her. So he had a weakness in his mind and his heart for her, bruh. And that's how the trick was played off. Okay? It says, vexed him to death, that he told her all his heart, and said unto her, there hath not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto the Most High from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak and be like any other man. Damn. There goes another one. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, now she knew, I got him. She sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up this once, for he hath shewed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her, and brought money in their hands. And she made him sleep upon her knees. Bitch. And she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head, and she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. And she said, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he awake out of his sleep. Now she deceived the fuck out of him. Now she playing dumb. The Philistines coming. No, you actually invited him in. Okay? And said, I will go out as the other times before and shake myself. And he wist not that the Lord was departed from him. The Lord departed from him. That spirit of the Lord was on him. Now it's gone. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes and brought him down to Gaza to bind him with fetters of brass. And he did grind in the prison house. And Samson called unto the Lord and said, O Lord power, remember me, I pray thee, and strengthen me, I pray thee, only this once. O Yahweh Shem Yahshua, that I may be at once avenged of the Philistines for my 2 eyes. And Samson took hold of 2 middle pillars upon which the house stood, and on which it was borne up, of the one with his right hand, and on the other with his left. And Samson said, let me die with the Philistines, and be bowed himself with all his might. And the house fell upon the lords and upon all the people that were therein. So the dead which is slew at his death were more than they he slew in his life. Now he just killed 1,000. Now imagine some of the battles he went through slewing people. If he slew 1,000 in one sitting, it said he killed more than he killed. So that fall was a great fall of a lot of people. Okay? But the point was, mass deception from that woman came his demise. Okay? A great demise came from that. This is 1 Ezra 46 and 26. It says, yea, and many there be that run out of their wits for women, and became servants for their sakes. And we just read 2 of them. Many also have perished. That's going on today. Many have perished, have erred and sinned for women. This is crazy, bro. This is something we should never fall to today with all these examples. It's too many examples to fall behind women, bro. It says, and now do ye not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all regions fear the touch of him? This man that's great and that can kill and do what the hell he want as a king. Yet did I see him, and upon me the king's concubine, the daughter of the admirable Barticus, sitting at the right hand of the king, and taking the crown from the king's head. That's very disrespectful. But look what happened. And sitting it on her own head. Bro, that's things that gets you put to death. Okay? She was also struck the king with her left hand. And yet, for all this, the king gaped and gazed upon her with open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. But if she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter, that she might be reconciled to him again. That pussy, man. That pussy. That shit got a lot of people fucked off. That conniving woman got a lot of people fucked off, bruh. So we have examples, man. We have examples. Stay the hell away from these women and that nature, bruh. You see 2 major falls right here, and there's many more. Hope this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Double honors to the Apostle Nelson, great millstone. Peace and blessing to y'all, pushing this truth throughout the 4 winds. Shalom.